This video and all other videos on this channel for entertainment purposes only. The content of this video and all other videos on this channel are the opinions of the creator only and do not constitute legal, trading, investment, or financial advice of any kind. Investing carries a high level of risk and the majority of retail clients lose money. Do not invest any capital unless you understand the risks and you are prepared to lose it all. Alright, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel, and I'm a bit late today because X, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, was down. But it seems to be working again now. So welcome to the week. Welcome to Monday. I just got a few things to show you today. First of all, CoinMarketCap has added a new Altseason feature to its homepage. So I went to check this out for myself. Here it is right next to the Fear and Greed, which by the way, currently sits at extreme fear, according to this at least. And so we've got this Altseason idea in which we get a score from 0 to 100. And this is derived by the number of altcoins that are in the top 100 by market cap that are currently undergoing outperformance relative to Bitcoin over the past 90 days. So right now we have 17 of the top 100 altcoins doing better than Bitcoin over the past 90 days. I believe for this metric to flash an Altseason, we need to score over 50. We need to have over half of those in the top 100 outperforming Bitcoin. Is that coming? Certainly doesn't feel like it right now, but to be honest, it doesn't feel like Bitcoin's going to do anything to the upside either, does it? However, I have got a little bit of hope in for you guys since it is Monday morning and we want to ease ourselves into this week. The move we just saw in the Dixie this week was absolutely massive. In fact, there it is right there, okay? Deviating away from my yellow squiggle massively right now. And this kind of decline in the Dixie has only happened 3 other times in the last 12 years. And when we look at what that meant for Bitcoin going forward, it's pretty eye-opening. Back in August 2015, which by the way is this bit right here, okay? When we saw a -4 standard deviation event, Bitcoin went on to do an 87x move into that cycle peak of 2017, okay? So down the bottom, we get the Dixie show a -4 SD move and Bitcoin does 87x to the upside. Then again in March 2020, which of course is right here, we saw Bitcoin go on to do a 10x into the peak of November of 2021. So once more, down the bottom, we get the Dixie, -4, and Bitcoin throws a 10x off the lows. And then the last time we saw this was November of 2022, which of course is here, when once more, the Dixie threw a -4 standard deviation move to the downside, and Bitcoin since then is up 500%. So there are 2 key takeaways here. Number 1, financial conditions lead risk assets by a couple of months. And number 2, right now, financial conditions are easing and fast. The Dixie has just thrown another -4 standard deviation move, telling us to keep an open mind about higher Bitcoin prices walking forward. And fitting in with the idea that we've got loosening or easing monetary conditions, the internet has latched onto its new favourite chart, and that is this one. The global M2 money supply is ticking up. This global M2 moving to the upside should be an indication that both the S&P and Bitcoin are about to turn up and follow the money supply. So should be confirmed in the not too distant future, right? Getting closer and closer to the expected blast off date. But if global M2 is moving up, then again, historically speaking, this is good for Bitcoin. Under the hood, we've also got Bitcoin being accumulated more aggressively than we've ever seen in its entire history. So right now, as everyone is tempted to call the top and be super bearish and super doom postery, the accumulator address demand growth is off the charts at the right-hand side. This to me says somebody knows something. And over in the stock market, we just hit one of the most extreme oversold signals in history. Right into, I might add, a daily cycle low timing window. As we know from the weekend's deep dive, we are right in that neighborhood to see a reversal come in perhaps today or tomorrow out of not only extremely oversold conditions for the S&P 500, but we also have seasonality on our side as well. Is it this easy, right? It can't be this easy. Or can it? Have we literally just done this into a daily and a weekly cycle low? Was my count slightly premature? And are we going to have to put this here? And are we about to come screaming out of here in a rip-roaring bull market on the most sour sentiment we've seen in a very, very, very long time? Also notice that during the C19 crash, which by the way is the longest streak of consecutive days in extreme fear, wherein for 22 days in a row during that C19 plunge, we were in extreme fear for the stock market. And that was, remember, against a backdrop of the entire world being shut down, huge uncertainty, nobody knowing if that was the end of the world and civilization as we knew it. And needless to say, what we've got right now is nothing similar to that C19 backdrop. Yet, the stock market as of last week has been in extreme fear for 9 consecutive trading days. Almost half that of what we saw during the C19 era. So this is likely overdone right into a seasonal bottom right into a daily and perhaps a weekly cycle low. Okay, we don't know about that just yet. I still kind of have to stay here at this moment in time. And certainly if this fails and I'm forced to call a top, then that was the right count back here. But if we do something like this, the unthinkable, okay, then that is the weekly cycle, and I was just a bit early calling it, and then we'll shift this one out. So never say never. As ever, we take it one day at a time. We'll let the market prove to us what's going on. But I would think at least some short-term relief is coming here. And you realise if that was the top and what comes next is this, okay, then this will be the first time we've ever seen anything like that. It actually seems far more reasonable to look left and say, well, why doubt it? At least until it shows us something different. The good news is we're going to get an answer in the next day or two, right? This thing is going to turn today, tomorrow, Wednesday at the latest. And once it turns, okay, then it's finally time to figure out whether or not this market has topped. If it has not topped, it will resolve to new highs. And if it has topped, okay, then it will do something like this, form a lower high, roll over, fail the cycle, and that is it. I call the top. So extremely close. We've ticked off 2 of my 3 signals as I was talking about over the weekend. It's now finally time to find a daily cycle low and let the market show us whether or not it really is over. So it's going to be a wild week. I hope you're doing well in life. I hope you're ready for it. And I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Until next time, take care from me. All the best. Cheers. Bye.
Camel Finance, he's the man to see. Rocking the markets with his contrarian spree. Trades like a pro, no fear, no shame. Sticking to his guns in his money game. He's a badass, oh yes indeed. Camel Finance got the markets key, taking us normies